Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Here we are for a post-match reaction with my brother Mo into 2 Roma nil. Heartbreak for Jose Mourinho on his return to the Meazza Stadium. We gave him a nice reception. The fans gave him a nice reception, but the team once again completely heartless, no mercy on him. Completely, killed Roma off. And it's nice little bounce back, right, Mo? After that derby performance.
It was great. It was easy game, to be honest. First half was easy. We started really well, which is something that you expect. Bounce back from these champions. The only thing that I saw the first half is that we had two clear cut chances in the first 15 minutes. We took one, which is something that we normally don't do, and then that we did
Yeah.
today, and that made the difference. To be honest, when you play, because this team is not shy of creating chances. If you look at the
Mhm.
stats, Inter create the most chances, probably in top five leagues, to be honest, with like Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. The only difference is that we don't put them away, even though we score a lot. Our
Mhm.
percentage in conversion is really low. But when you convert your first big chance in the game, you make the game very easy for you.
Exactly. No, it's nice. As soon as the first goal. That's the way we like it. And Dzeko once again punishing his old team just like he did the last match round. Beautiful volley, right? Beautiful cross by Perisic and beautiful volley.
It was something that, to be honest, this is the Dzeko that I want. This is the Dzeko that gets a
Mm.
chance, put it away. Maybe he was slow in the middle of the game, blah blah blah, but he's 35, right? I'm not expecting Dzeko to take the ball for a run for 60 yards at the 80th minute or the
Even
70th
though
minute.
even though he thinks he can do it when he tried to take on Kalulu.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that video that you shared. Uh, I actually I need to do something. I'll be back. My laptop is about to go off charging.
Okay,
I
no
forgot
worries.
to put it on charger. I'll be back.
What's up, guys? In the meanwhile, we can take in some of your questions whilst we wait for Mo to come back. Yes. So, the negative. Let's mention it. Let's cover it off. I'm sure Mo would want to talk about it as well. But yeah, it looks like Bastoni. I mean, of course, we don't know. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Bastoni's ankle injury, but it just did not. It did not look good. Actually, let me try to share the picture with you in a minute. But well, I don't want to make conclusions, but definitely the first leg because it's next week. It didn't look good. Are you back, Mo?
I am. Yes. Just put
Yeah, I
the
was just talking
laptop on
about the
charge.
Bastoni injury, man. The little ankle sprain.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Is he? I think
So
he
so
must be out for the
basically, it can be something that can be recovered in 2, 3, 4 days, and it can be
hmm
something that will last for 3 to 6 weeks, and it can be something that it will require 8 to 12 weeks. All of this will know depending. You know that it depends on the degree of the
Yeah,
strain. I hope but all of them in the beginning they look like this. You play football, and we all know this. Like when
yeah,
you
yeah,
twist your ankle, they all look terrible
yeah,
right away. You feel that the terrible pain, but then some ice and so like they will do the ultrasound and they will do all this stuff and they will know exactly what is going on. But however, I am not expecting him to play against Liverpool. Maybe at least a week and a half,
definitely not the first leg.
unless yeah, unless it is not as bad as we expect. A lot of injuries, and it's an ankle injury. It's not a knee injury. It's an ankle injury.
hmm
You can play with pain if it's not torn completely. But it is football, right? This is why you need depth, and we have depth. We have D'Ambrosio, and we have Di Marco. This is why we have depth, and we have Ranocchia. It's nobody. Liverpool, they have Thiago injured for the whole season. Liverpool had a lot of players injured for the whole season, right? We
mm
can't just say, yeah, because Bastoni's injured. No, we have three other center backs, actually four, including Kolarov, who still sits on the bench for some reason. You tell me why. So we have four other center backs that can play. But so Bastoni is not the end of the world. My end of the world is actually Barella not playing the two legs. I think he is more important than Bastoni, to be honest, because we don't have a replacement.
No.
The guy today, Barella, was like, what is this energizing battery like last season? Like what is this? He can run, shoot, pass, dribble,
It's
everything.
the intensity for. I think that's the main point. He's just that. He wasn't. I don't think he was great again today. I mean, he had some nice shots, but the intensity he brings to the game, especially against Liverpool, that's the number one thing you need against Liverpool, the intensity. So we don't have anyone, not Vecino, not Gagliardini, not Vidal as he showed today. They don't have the intensity to play like Barella does.
No, they don't. They don't. And I want to take your opinion about De Vrij. Like today, he came on for Bastoni, and what did you see the same De Vrij as last game? He was out of position sometimes. I felt like once De Vrij came on, they just went to him. Is this gonna become a hole in our defense from now on? Like players just play on De Vrij right away when he comes on and he starts?
No, I mean, he's definitely had a bit of a dip, and I think he's definitely maybe in a declining phase, maybe of his career. But I wouldn't go so far as like now making out to be like the weak link of the team and the guy that people are gonna target. I think he came in, kind of cold as well. I think it's always hard for centre backs to come in a little bit cold as well. So and Zaniolo and Tammy, they're good. You saw Skriniar got killed by Tammy in one move, like completely destroyed by him in one part. Then they had a nice recovery. So I wouldn't go that far with De Vrij, but he's definitely, I think he's the replaceable one out of the back three now. I think even if you're an ardent big De Vrij fan, I think you'll agree that out of the three, he's the one that's definitely the replaceable one.
So I don't want to talk negatives, but how did you see Alexis before the goal?
Hey, bro, yeah, as everyone like, especially on Twitter, if you were seeing the timeline, everyone was crying about Alexis. Take him off. This guy's taking too long on the ball, which is true. He does that so much, doesn't he? Like spinning around on the ball sometimes a bit too much. But then that quality, Mo, it reminded me of Alexis when he used to play at Arsenal, like peak Alexis, when he had that explosiveness, that power. We haven't seen this type of goal at Inter. And, wow, what a goal. I think it makes up for the rest of his match.
It does, because it wins you games. This is what people sometimes, if you have a quality, this is what Ronaldo is about. Cristiano Ronaldo in the last 2-3 years, this is what he's about. The clutch, like the moment of madness that he does. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, it's ridiculous. Like this is the Alexis, like bang, one goal. It doesn't matter what you do for the rest of the game. You might break the play, you might not put the right tackles, you might not have the right movement, but a brilliant move like this will give you 3 points sometimes in the league and will win you games.
Yeah, exactly. There's the picture of Bastoni's ankle. Yeah, it looks like a bad sprain, but hopefully it's just a sprain. It's not a torn ligament or anything. But yeah, Zaniolo passing on his injury proneness onto Bastoni. What did you make of Zaniolo quickly? Like the guy.
Zaniolo without hair is better than Zaniolo with hair. This is what I want to say today. Like that. To be honest, the first thing I noticed about Zaniolo without the hair, I think he moves more freely. I thought he was not bad at all. He moved a lot, but man, this Roma team, they don't have any quality, to be honest, other than Tammy Abraham. Like even Mkhitaryan trying so hard, but I don't think the quality is not there. Like they have 5 players in the back that cannot play in any of the top 6. Even like I don't know, like Mancini. I thought I had really high regards for this guy Mancini. He's not good enough, to be honest. Chris Smalling, I was like, yes, fights here and there, good hair, tall, big guy, but positioning wise, he's awful. Marking wise, he's terrible.
Yeah, speaking of centre backs, Mo, I know this was offside in the end, but what a save this was by Skriniar, man. Unreal. Like, how the hell? Like, how did he even save this? I know he wouldn't have counted, but he saved how? This guy deserves his respect, man. I know a few comments here are saying give Skriniar his respect worldwide. When is he going to get this respect, bro?
This is one of the best goal line clearances I've seen for one reason. You are, first of all, it's very hard to clear the ball with your head. Like there's a difference between if he tries to do a bicycle kick like what John Stones did, but to go inside and turn your body and clear it with your head is something else. That requires a lot of finesse in terms of what you can do with your body, muscles and stuff like this. This is one of and Vidal, the idiot, raised his hand for the offside. Just let it go, man. Let him get the stat after the game. He wouldn't get it as a goal line clearance because it was called offside, because the referee actually whistled for the offside. If the referee didn't whistle and the play was going on, he would have got it.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tom wraps it up quite well. It wasn't a perfect performance, but I think Roma made it easy for us. Just like last time round, it was like they created some things here and there, but it wasn't like free flowing, limone ball that we've seen this season, but it did the job. It just about did the job, didn't it?
It did. It did. I just want to say something. So now we've been watching Inzaghi for how long? For about 5 months now, and I'm
Yeah.
noticing something. When we are losing or we're tied in the first half, we come back on fire. The second half, always we come back on fire. But every time against any team, when we're winning the first half, we come back really, really slow, as if the players have the game in their pocket, as if the players don't want to be there. They think the job is done, and we have seen this a lot of times this season. Like the game is not over if you're winning the first half. Nobody's gonna give you an easy win, and
No.
I've noticed this today against Milan. I think before against I can't remember whom, but against a solo or something, that we came like really, really slack in the second half. It's just like, why are you slack in the second half? This is something that, but credit to them. When we're losing, you remember in the beginning of the season when we were losing the first half, we come on fire in the second half, like Verona game. You remember the Verona game?
Yeah, like Future Hendrix says, like, why do we forget to every time we play like with the lead? Maybe I wouldn't say every time, but like recently, like I guess the Milan match. I don't know if it's like energy conservation or just kind of arrogance that they feel like they can just cruise to victory. Like, what do you think it is? Second half where, yeah, it feels like these guys play like they're leading by 4 goals.
I don't know, but it has to be the manager, right? Like it has to be the manager. There's a manager, like a halftime talk. It is something that you do halftime talk, because the body language in the first 5 minutes in the second half, as this game is 4-0, and I'm like,
yeah, the way that these
it's
guys
not.
started off.
It was a joke to me. It's like, guys, this it's a 1-0 game. A couple of crosses and they will be on fire. They will have the upper hand for the rest of the half. But thank God they don't have any
exactly.
quality to do that. So
Yeah, and who would you say who was your standout players today? Tommy here says Screed, Barella, Sanchez, all supreme today. I don't really know who would give man of the match to be honest. Do you have anyone that's standing out for you?
actually, Skriniar was really good. The one that the one that I thought did really, really well today is actually Vidal. I thought Vidal did better. Okay, so not did well, did better than what I expected. You know when like
I mean,
this
yeah,
is what.
the comments are quite split on Vidal. Sorry, I'll let you finish, but the comments are quite split on Vidal. Continue, sorry.
So that's what I mean. It's like, I know, like when you bring in Gagliardini, he's not good for Inter, but if he does something better than what you see every week,
Yeah,
that means he progressed. He did something extra. And I thought Vidal today made some whatever. Passing is not great, but actually I thought he ran a lot today. He tackled a lot. And this is something that I want to see, because this is what he brings to the team, to be honest. Like Vidal is not going to bring you the Vidal of 2015, 5 goals a season, like Vidal is going to bring you tackles, is going to bring you hard work running. And if Vidal is bringing us this, I'll vote for him at least, because everybody else, I'm expecting Skriniar to be world class every game. I'm sorry, but
the
I'm
standards
expecting
high. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm expecting Barella to tackle, to dribble, to have a shot here, a cross, and assist. But I did not. I thought Vidal was gonna stink today, to be honest, after the Milan game. But then he played okay.
Yeah, I mean, even on Twitter, I was kind of confused why people thought he made one sloppy. There was definitely one sloppy pass from Vidal, which I remember. I think that's what thing. When people come in with that, they already thinking badly that Vidal's going to do bad, and as soon as he does one bad thing, whether it's Gagliardini, Vecino, Vidal, these guys, as soon as they do one bad thing, they jump on it. Whereas Brozovic today, there's a few times that he almost cost us a goal today, Brozovic, but because it is Brozovic, and of course, we can't just jump on his back, but we can let these guys off. Whereas with Vidal and these guys, as soon as they do one bad thing, it's like, oh, get him off, he's dusted, he's this, is that. Like, yeah, good passing percentage, completed all his long balls.
Duels
won a lot of duels, won all, pretty much all the aerial duels.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you want from this guy, man? What do people want?
How old is he? Vidal was born in 87, right? 87? Oh, no. Yeah, he's 34 now.
He's
so
34, he's 34.
So come on, just if he puts all this on the field, I'll give him at least a point. You know what I mean? Like a point extra. But someone like Brozovic. So the one that disappointed me today, to be honest, is Brozovic.
Yeah, exactly.
Darmian was okay. He's rusty, as you said on Twitter. He's a little bit rusty. Like when you don't play week in, week out, it's just The game, your form is not there. But positioning wise, I thought Darmian takes the greatest positioning in terms of going.
Oh
He's
yeah,
always free. He's always free,
he
right?
always, yeah, very so smart, man, so smart. And in the end, he got an assist. I mean, it was like a 2 yard pass, but he got the assist for the Sanchez goal as well.
Yeah, but I see Darmian is a really good asset to have. The guy is really smart, right? In terms of a
Yeah,
wing back, he's one of the people that know exactly where to be always. Like there was one counter attack, and I thought that Zeko and Sanchez by themselves, and then the camera opened up, and I saw Darmian all the way up already, free for the long pass, and I'm like, how long did it take you to get there? Like a second? You were just defending, and I like this energy from him, to be honest,
yeah.
from
Imagine
Darmian.
if imagine if Darmian had the pace of like Dumfries and or like Hakimi, like this guy would be like so good.
He
If
would
he
not
had,
have been playing here. He would have been still in Manchester United making 10 million a year.
yeah, also true, also true. uh, yeah, everyone is happy with the win, but of course the Bastoni thing spoils it. And of course we have to touch. You know, I don't know how much we have to talk about it, but you know what happened with the post derby, the so Lautaro was fined after the Milan fans created this massive, controversy that he was spitting on Theo Hernandez. Absolutely fake news. In the end, he gets like a 10,000 euro fine. Inzaghi now is going to be banned for one match. So against Napoli, we don't have Inzaghi. Bastoni, now this is the controversial one. Bastoni's got well, now obviously he's injured anyway for Serie A, but he's got 2 match ban. And apparently because he swore or he said something to the referee in the tunnel. And like we've seen Bonucci, Chiellini, these types of guys, like the way they talk to the referee, the stuff they say, we can see it. Like you read their lips and they're, swearing at the referee, but these guys getting away with it. What Bonucci did in the Super Coppa final with one of the inter officials, whoever that guy was, he was saying that I will kill you. Like it was confirmed that that's what Bonucci said to him, I will kill you. Like, and he gets away with that. Like, absolutely ridiculous. What did you make of all that controversy, Mo?
Okay, if I want to be subjective, to be honest with you, what Lautaro did to Theo Hernandez is unacceptable. It doesn't matter if he's bad or not. You do not go to the player, walk into the tunnel, and just yell at him. And I don't know. Okay, we don't know what he said. Right?
Florenzi did the same to Hakan when Hakan after the match last time round. Florenzi went up to him just because Hakan.
There was a lot of heat in the game in the Milan derby, and
yeah,
maybe people look at it different in the Milan derby. What I don't understand is one thing. Forget Lautaro's suspension. We don't know what Bastoni said to the referee. He might told him F you. He might have told him something to the referee. There's a difference between when you tell your opponent that and when you tell a referee this. Is that correct? There's a massive difference here. We know that. Okay? So we don't know. Unless they release what he said, we wouldn't know that. And if Inter knows something, they would appeal it because the tunnels, they have cameras and the tunnels, they have stuff, right? Like they can record stuff. So Inter, they know what they're doing. Inter is a big club. What I don't get, forget all of this controversy about us getting banned, Bastoni, stuff like this. And I think it's ridiculous if you do not say exactly what he said. You remember when Icardi, I think, got suspended or something, they actually released what he said to the referee after the game in a Juventus game when the referee did not call the goal for us when the camera showed Chiellini, but something like this, I think 3-4 years ago, they actually released what he said. Unless they release what he said to the referee, I won't believe a word. My problem is how is Theo Hernandez suspended for one game for a straight red? It's not in the rules. This is not in the rules. Like how?
No, it's subjective, isn't it? It's just depending on how badly the referee feels from it. These guys have egos as well. Like they feel like maybe he was too aggressive about it. I don't know what happened, but it just feels like it feels way too harsh on Bastoni. And apparently Inter are gonna appeal for it tomorrow. Marotta said, he said we're gonna look at it, but I'm pretty sure they will try to. But actually,
we'll see. I think it's gonna be one game. The league will pat Inter on the back and will give them only one game. My problem is Inzaghi not being on the touchline. People do not make a big deal of this. It's a massive deal. Coaches like Inzaghi, Allegri, Conte, they are different than Spalletti because these people move their players like pawns from the sideline. And if you don't have that coach on the sideline, it makes a big difference for the players. This is why I'm worried. I'm really worried about us playing without Inzaghi on the sideline against. Is he gonna be? He was suspended. He's not gonna be. He was not suspended today. He's definitely gonna be suspended for the Napoli game, right? There's no appeal for this. There's no appeal for this.
Yeah.
So you know what? We lost the game. We deserve to lose the game, and we have to move on. You know what the problem with me is, and I'm not here bashing Milan fans. They haven't moved on. They won the game. You know when you win the game, you move on. You're like the winners always move on. Milan fans until this moment are still talking about the derby.
Bro, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. They're the ones who won, and they're still talking about it. They're still making finding things like they're so winners. I mean, they're so losers. These guys are so winners.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. Like, when you win, you're like, whatever. Like, I don't want to say it. Like, when you win and other teams like the dogs, they bark in the background. Fine, I have my winning. Like, I have the 3 points already in my house. You can just bark outside. But the difference is we lost and we wanted to move on to Roma and Napoli and Liverpool, but they wouldn't let us move on. They would absolutely give like they keep tagging people on Twitter just to like provoke them as like, dude, you had the 3 points. The Scudetto is back on.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Just go and enjoy your win, man. It's like, how do you move on? It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. The dude that caught the missed shot.
So do we play Milan? We play the winner from Milan and Lazio.
Lazio, yeah. A couple of people have said we already booked it, but come on, let's wait, guys. Maybe Lazio can beat them. Huh?
We booked what?
Booked a rematch against Milan, but Milan still have to beat Lazio.
This is Sarri. This is Lazio. So, they're not playing Genoa or Cagliari. This is Lazio. Is it in San Siro tomorrow?
Did you see that skill by Hakan? I quite liked it. I didn't expect it from him at the end. Did you? He put the ball around.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
Someone said earlier it was like a joga bonito type of skill. Everyone's talking about this attitude after could be there. What do you make of that, Mo? Like, people are. I mean, we've talked about it in the past that you can't expect this team to be able to close out matches like Conte's team because he had, bloody Lukaku and Hakimi to hit people on the counter. But do you feel like this team has got that in the DNA, like after they're in the lead, just to be like, oh, okay, we can sit back a little bit, just like as a muscle memory, not even like on purpose?
So I think, let me tell you tactically what I think, what I've seen. 5 months over, like different than 2 years. Conte would have never played a number 10 like Hakan in a 3 midfielder team. He would have chosen somebody else, okay? But Inzaghi played all his career at Lazio, Milinkovic-Savic and Luis Alberto as his 2 midfielders around the defensive mid. Inzaghi is an offensive coach. It's a very obvious thing. I think it depends. Some coaches like Mourinho spend a lot of time on the training ground on defense and how to set up his team. And even Harry Kane and Sunday said that we used to practice on how we set up on defense, but on attack, Mourinho used to give us the freedom. I think Inzaghi is the opposite. I think Inzaghi spends maybe 50% of the time on how are we going to attack? What is the midfield going to be offensively and the wing backs? And we see that all the time. Now we're attacking more. We do not drop. We don't know even how to drop. You notice that we don't know even how to set up. Hey, Lord Figo, how are you doing, my friend? When are you coming back to Twitter? This is what I'm asking.
Yeah, we all want to know, Lord Figo.
Yeah, you see my point. Like, I think Inzaghi's mentality as a coach is like Guardiola. Ask Guardiola, you're gonna sit back. He doesn't know it. Jurgen Klopp, sit back. I think Inzaghi is a very offensive coach. We confuse Conte for Inzaghi being similar because they play both 3-5-2, but the reality is it's not true. They're different coaches. Conte can set up a team to play 90 minutes on the counter. Inzaghi wouldn't even choose that against anybody. Against Real Madrid, he went to Madrid and tried to attack Real Madrid. Yeah, exactly. Who does this? You know what I mean? So this is why I think it's very hard for our team to sit back. It's different than Conte's team, but we need to get used to it. We need to get used to when an attacking team, we have Hakan and Barella now being very, very high on the field, and they're not going to recover as much as Vidal, Gagliardini, Vecino, Barella, Brozovic, these guys in the midfield. Yeah,
I completely agree, man. I completely agree. I think people just need to like sometimes like I think the thing is, Mo, I think maybe we peaked a little bit too quickly, didn't we? Like December we were flying, like November, December this team was like full steam, whereas usually you try to get the team to be full steam by January, February, and then if you're in the Champions League, that March period. So let's see, maybe this team manages to hit the peak too quickly, but peak again. But do you agree with some people saying that maybe we peaked a bit too early? People were already saying it, actually, when we were playing.
I want to say something. What we did in December, November, and early January is something that it should have been done. If we haven't done this, we would not have been here talking, me and you, comfortably a little bit about the Milan loss. We still can recover. Even if we lose the Napoli game, we still, with game in hand, we're still ahead, right? Like, even if we lose the Napoli game. So you can imagine if we're trying to peak today and we have this congested schedule now. You weren't going to win Napoli, Milan, Liverpool. You weren't going to win all of these. Like,
No.
we don't have the squad. We're not Pep Guardiola, who has 3 teams at his disposal to play. Right? We don't. We have 11 starters, 3 good subs, and the rest are squad fillers.
Yeah.
Basically what we have. So I like that we peaked against weaker teams and we got the points done, top of the table, 7 points ahead. This is what I like.
We got. I think a Senegal fan, Booker, in the house, has tell Mo we are the champions of Africa. Commiserations, Mo, by the way. For that match.
We actually. It's a. To be honest, it's great. Like, we did not expect to be. Okay, this is not an AFCON stream, but Egypt.
Quickly.
We did what we can. We have all the players play locally, other than Inneni, who never gets a minute in Arsenal, and Mo Salah. Senegal team, there is a tweet that I tweeted the final. The Senegal team is better than the Argentina team in terms of names. Do you know that?
Yeah,
like,
I think I saw your
all
tweet.
their
Like,
players,
the Chelsea, like the Napoli, like this, just everyone's playing for a top team.
They have Ismail Sarr, who plays for Watford, is the best player in the bottom half of the Premier League. This is their bench. So anyway, yes, like, this is crazy. Like, Egypt, we're playing Ahli, Zamalek, or like whatever. We're playing against this. So they definitely deserve to win. Like, there is no question about it,
Yeah.
And to be honest, they deserve. They reached the final in 2019, and this coach is amazing. This guy, like their coach, I think his name is Cisse or something. He's really, really good. But back to our Inter, I want to get your opinion about who to start against Napoli. I know you're going to do a preview. We're going to do a preview on Inter Worldwide, but let me, based on today, if Bastoni's out, most likely he's out, who's going to play?
I don't know, man. It's a difficult one. I see people are already very they're quite doubtful with obviously DiMarco is now the backup centre back, but it looks like Inzaghi's lost faith in DiMarco, and I think a lot of the fan base in general have. I've never been convinced with DiMarco at left centre back, even though Inzaghi, you like him a lot there. Inzaghi likes him a lot there, but even at left wing back, it looks like Inzaghi's not convinced about him there. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Skriniar. I know Skriniar has struggled under Conte at left centre back. Bringing in D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio can do a job at left centre back as well. And we saw even like with Ranocchia, we did fine against Napoli. You don't necessarily, just because Osimhen is playing, up front, it doesn't mean you have to have a pacey back line. But I worry with DiMarco being as one of the back three, to be honest. I would lean towards starting like D'Ambrosio at the back and then moving D'Ambrosio to left centre back and keeping Skriniar at the right centre back, and then everyone else obviously the same and up front. I don't know I think Alexis still he's been our most informed striker for a little while now. I think Alexis still has to start. I think it's between Lautaro and Dzeko still. That's my opinion. What do you think?
The in the back, I want Ranocchia to play against Liverpool if we don't have Bastoni, because Ranocchia has I still have the memory of Ranocchia clearing against Bayern Munich in 2011 Champions League. This is what I have in my head. To be honest.
Man, you can't have Ranocchia against Liverpool.
There is no other way. There is nobody else. The problem is you can't have Ranocchia and De Vrij on the field. So I would play D'Ambrosio, but however, You know, when you have something is working, which is Skriniar on the right, De Vrij in the middle, don't change it.
Yeah, that's what I
Put
mean. That's why.
D'Ambrosio on the left, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just don't move Skriniar and have too many changes in the back.
yeah. I
Just
agree.
do it as it is. Like put D'Ambrosio, replace what's his name, Bastoni with D'Ambrosio, and then just keep it
Oh, yeah,
as is.
Darmian can also do a job as centre back. He did it last year, I think, when the Conte was like against Sassuolo. But that's like I think that's more of like an emergency option.
So come back to DeMarco, people confuse the substitution DeMarco for Bastoni as DeMarco is a center back. DeMarco is not. DeMarco is a left back in a back four. When he comes in for Bastoni, it is because he can provide an attacking threat from that left center back. What if you put Ranocchia or D'Ambrosio, they won't. So this is why. But if you're gonna start a game, I guarantee you that he would not have start over Ranocchia, D'Ambrosio, or even Darmian as a center back. He is not a defensive player. He's only an
No,
attacking
no.
threat when you
Yeah.
need when you are down and you need to substitute somebody. So this is the thing. I think DeMarco is a great signing, but with a more flexible coach. You know, some coaches they switch between 4 and 3 in the back. Someone like Mourinho would do that. Guardiola does this. DeMarco is a great left back. He's a great left back in a back four, but he's not a wing back because he's not quick, and he's not a left center back because he can defend. So is Inzaghi ever gonna switch? I doubt it. He's never gonna switch to a back four.
No.
So someone said play Kolarov. I just noticed you moved it away really quickly.
Yeah, I know Indro. You know Indro. He's a big troll. He's trolling there.
But I would definitely that the thing about it, if you watch Liverpool, do you know who's more dangerous? Is
Jota.
Yeah, we need someone. Jota on De Vrij is gonna be a battle for De Vrij. Jota is really good.
But go back to Napoli. Go back to the Napoli game. What do you
So
think
with the
of
Napoli game, I would definitely, I would even start D'Ambrosio on the left, or the Napoli. Who's the right winger? It's not Lozano. Doesn't start now. It's
He's injured, Lozano. I think he's either be Politano. Yeah, be Politano.
Lozano just played for Mexico last week.
Yeah, but he dislocated his shoulder.
So he's out. Yeah. So Politano, if it's Politano, I would definitely play D'Ambrosio for one reason on the left center back, because Politano is only go inside with the left foot.
Yeah.
So D'Ambrosio is a right-footed player. Dominant foot is right-footed.
Yeah.
So I would play D'Ambrosio on the left for sure, so he cannot cut inside. If you play a left-footed player, it's Politano goes to the weaker foot of DeMarco and it's wide open for the shot. I would definitely play D'Ambrosio, but I would definitely never change Skriniar's position to accommodate somebody else. Now you have two positions that you change instead of one.
Yeah, I agree, and also agree with this. Mo is the football analyst of the year.
Thank you so much.
If you haven't checked, actually, Mo does. If you follow the Football Terrace, you appear on the Football Terrace channel quite a lot as well these days, don't you? For the Premier League stuff.
For the Premier League work, yes.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, make sure you check him out. He's you'll see a familiar face on there. Sometimes I see like, oh, that's Mo.
Inter versus new team. Someone said that. I don't understand this comment. What does that mean?
Maybe I think he's talking about Roma, because Roma just been as we said.
I thought today, at least Sharma today, they caused some trouble, different than the four.
Yeah, compared to
shots. Like they had shots. There was like a couple of corners, and I like this. Can you imagine? Would you take Zaniolo and Tammy Abraham for our two starting forwards?
I don't know.
In a 3-5-2.
It's a hard question, man. Like I think they are inter-level, but I don't know if they starter inter-level. Do you know what I mean? I think Zaniolo's best. I don't think that's Zaniolo's best position either. I think Zaniolo's a big talent for sure. Tammy is good talent as well. But would I take him over Dzeko and Lautaro?
It's a very tough question, I know.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Probably not.
I think they start every game, in my opinion.
For us,
I think they start every game for us.
As I said, I think they start. They're inter-level for sure, but I don't know if I would start them personally. In
the thing about it is that So think about it this way: our midfield is superior to Roma's midfield by
Mhm.
levels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you can imagine having Zaniolo and Tammy Abraham in front of the Barella, the Hakan. These
Mm.
people will kill it. But anyway, it's just a hypothetical question. But the reason why I said that, because I really want to see this combination at Inter, not Tammy and Zaniolo. I want to see a left-footed big forward like Lukaku again at Inter with another number 9 like what Lautaro used to be last year. Lukaku, by the way, people confuse Lukaku for a number 9 that is a station. Lukaku used to come from deep all the time, if you remember, with the ball at his feet.
Mhm.
This is what Zaniolo is doing for Roma all the time. He gets a turn. I want to see that type of player with us. This is why the Skamaka thing is not my thing. He's a big guy, fine, but he's not my guy. Not yet. He's not an Inter level yet.
But is the profiles out there, Mo? It's like I know what you mean, but the profiles out there, there's just not that many names. Like if you try to write,
Yeah.
you tell me some names. Like yeah, it's hard for you to name the guys. It's like the
But
market pool
40
is very
million,
small.
Sharma. Okay, if he was on loan, yes, but 40 million for Skamaka. Do you know how many
Oh, I
forwards
know
in the world?
that's the Italian tax, as you said on the spaces earlier. Like I agree with you on that. With Raspadori, with Fratesi, all these guys, there's the Italian tax on it. But at the end of the day, it's you probably get like a favorable deal as well. Like if like the yearly cost, Sassuolo will let you spread the payment over a few years. It'll be loan with the obligation, this kind of stuff. You go to
Why
Premier
didn't we
League,
do this in
they're
January
gonna
like
want.
Juventus? Why didn't
We
why
don't have,
Juventus gets away with this?
we don't have that money. They had a 400 million cash injection. We don't have that. We
Did
can't
they
do
pay
that.
the money cash? I thought they're gonna pay the money for Vlahovic on installments.
No, that the payment for Vlahovic is installments. Like I think it's over
But that's
four
what
years.
I'm
3 years.
saying.
No,
Why
but
don't we
the
do that?
actual like within Juve, they made 120 million losses, which is like slightly less than us. But they were able. Their company Exor pumped in 400 million euros capital injection to cover those losses. Whereas with Inter, we didn't do anything because Suning didn't pump any money in the summer. What they did was we sold Lukaku and Hakimi, and they're covering the liquidity, the cash with those sales. And once again, this summer, people are forgetting this January we spent zero money. This Caicedo was free, Gosens is free, Correa we paid like 5 million for the loan fee. Dumfries is the one that we paid some money. Like people are
50
forgetting the
million, that's
issues that we had in
nothing.
the
Like,
summer. We're not over this financial difficulty. People are thinking because everything's going well on the pitch. People are forgetting the issue that we went through this summer. So we don't have that Vlahovic money, Mo. That's the issue.
I wouldn't take Belotti for free. I would not take Belotti for free. His wage is too high. I would not. I don't like Belotti's as a forward. Someone said, "Did you take Belotti?" I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's I tweeted it out today. So the 3 forwards that Inter were confirmed, that it wanted, even like Auxilio and Marotta talked about them. So today or the other day, Duvan Zapata, he had a good first half of the season, but Atalanta wanted 40 million for him, and now he's out for probably the rest of the season. Apparently 3 or 4 months out with injury. Thuram, the guy that we wanted before Correa, that we had the deal agreed, everything until his injury. Obviously, we didn't buy him because of the injury. Then he has 0 goals, 0 assists now this season up until now. Belotti, the other guy that we were going for, he's had 1 goal, I think, and then he's been injured for over 100 days. So I know a lot of people make fun of Correa before being injured, being a 30 million flop, which he has been until now. But yeah, at the same time, these other guys, and at the same time, that's what I'm talking about. Like the market pool for players is very small, and the prices are so inflated now, Mo. It's such a
But it's only
difficult.
in Italy. We only look inside Italy. We're not looking in the Bundesliga. We
Well,
can.
we did. Thuram was from the Bundesliga, but then we changed mine. I was interested in Patrick Schick as well. I would have been interested in Patrick Schick, something like that. But the thing is, Mo, that's what I'm saying. Like these Italian clubs, they will do you a favor in terms of how to structure the deal. They will say, like, who's going to give you someone like Gosens on, you paying buy now and pay in 2023. Premier League clubs will want money now. Premier League,
Yeah.
Bundesliga clubs are run well financially. They're not going to accept these. I'll scratch your back. We'll do some fake plus Valenza here, and then you buy this youth player off us next year, maybe. These kind of like help me, help you type of deals. That's these Italian teams. That's why they do business with each other. They try to help each other out.
I think the mistake was not selling Lautaro last year, to be honest. when it was 70 million offered. Arsenal just reported that
Man,
they
you and
really
Lautaro. Let's stop talking now. You and Lautaro. I know this is gonna develop into something else now. Let's.
No, but anyway, do you think Lautaro is going to be sold at the end of the season?
If there's an offer, yeah, I think if there's someone like from Premier League comes again for that offer, same they're talking about 60, 70 million that they came for last season. He's going. I think he'll go. I don't think he'll try to reinvest that money for sure. Yeah, although we need a 25 goal per season striker. We had one in Lukaku. We need to.
Yeah, but we don't have the money to buy that guy. That guy now in the world is worth 80 to 100 million. We don't have like this is forget about this. I want a 15 goal striker. Like I don't want like 25 goal striker win you the league.
Yeah. Exactly. The Jonathan David, I like him as well. The Canadian guy. I've been watching him a little bit more, but again, he's not the guy that's going to come in and bang in 20, 25 goals. He's like, I see him as like that potential Lautaro replacement potentially. There's a lot of people are fans of Scamacca, but I don't see him being like a 25 goal striker for sure. I like him. I see the potential, but I don't see that elite level type of vibe as well. But then again, Jonathan David apparently is 60 plus million. So one good season and these guys are worth like 50, 60 million. It's just so difficult for us, man. It's so difficult.
Yeah, football is becoming expensive. Football is not cheap anymore.
No.
And it's like it's not like back in the days when we got Melito for 20 million or 15 million from Genoa. I remember in 2009. It's different now in terms of even
that was expensive for back then. That was a 30-year-old guy you're buying from Genoa. That was still expensive for back then.
Like imagine now if you go for like someone in the Premier League, you would pay 50 million for a 12 goal striker or something like that. I would never take Icardi back. This guy made me hate watching Inter at some point. I swear.
Yeah,
we didn't talk back then, Sharma. You had no idea. I hated Inter back then. Like I hated watching the game. I would watch the game and I want us to win without him scoring.
Yeah, so you and Mario would have been best friends back in the day.
Dude, I thought this guy destroys. I'm a football guy, right? This guy destroys the play.
Bro, that's why. I liked him, but I always said like this guy offers nothing outside of the box, and that kind of striker can't exist in modern football. And you see at PSG, like how can you not be thriving when you're surrounded by Messi and Mbappe? Like the guy, you see some stats and he plays like 60 minutes and he has 7 touches. Like how is that even possible? He's not like he's not a football player.
You have no idea. Like people when they made him captain, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I watched the guy live in San Siro. It was ridiculous. The guy can't even touch the ball outside the 18, to be honest. Like his first touch is like worse than anybody you have seen before as a forward that should be captain a team like Inter. Like, what is this?
Oh man. It's I definitely wouldn't take him back. People think that of course maybe because the amount of chances we create that he would be there, but at the same time he wouldn't be there before. Like how Dzeko heads the ball on or nods it on to someone. First that step has to be taken for the ball to get into the box. So nah, man. People always ask about Icardi, but I wouldn't take him back.
Why do people like Icardi? I don't get it.
They're stuck in the past. I think they're stuck in the past. Is that that era of like in the banter era, he was the shining light, I guess, of that era, the iconic. If you think back to the banter era, you think Icardi iconic celebrations. So I can understand why. But it's been so long. It's like people who want like Isco. When's the last time Isco had like a top class performance? It's like you're watching videos from like 2017. That's like 4 years ago now, man. You gotta move on.
The guys know, but Icardi is gonna move to the MLS soon, and he's gonna be done, or Argentina. He's gonna be done. He's just done. I'll take I'll take Balotelli back for a trial period. Trial period, Balotelli.
You're desperate. But anyway, Mo. I need to go. I need to run. It's almost 11 p.m. here. Thank you very much for for joining me. It's nice. It's nice little session, man. It was nice to bounce back after that derby. I know a lot of people were salty and a lot of people were hurting because it always hurts losing to Milan. We beat them so much. So I'm glad you came through with me. Any closing comments?
No, we're just gonna get 3 points or a points against Napoli, and we're gonna show Liverpool that we are a big team because I think we have a lot to offer in that game. They are not on top of their game, and I'm looking forward to the next two games. They're gonna be tough, but I'm looking forward to them. We are big as well. Nobody makes you think that Milan is red or something. Let them remind you when was the last time they won a trophy. So
Yeah, exactly. They're piping up too much. Yeah. Guys, we'll see you for the Napoli preview. I'll be doing one. I'm sure Mo or the Inter Worldwide guys will be doing one for their channel as well. So make sure you check them out. Make sure you check out Mo on his Twitter. He's got his handle right there. Sorry, Jose, we had to do this to you, but we sang some nice chants for Jose. If you heard, it was like, Jose Mourinho, la 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 la. So, we were respectful to Jose as is right. But 2-0 victory for Inter. Ciao ragazzi, thank you for tuning in, and as always, Forza Inter.
Forza Inter.